So in terms of your writing process, in terms of you take your first manuscript and you send it to your lit agent, would that be more of the collaborative process, and then you would then have to have the collaborative process again with your editor at your publisher? Have you found it quite like that, or do you think after your first lit agent edit, it's kind of quite smooth sailing in terms of how the plot's been formed?
Yeah, it's usually at the sort of very beginning of your sort of contract that when you're having a lot of back and forth with your agent about it. I think now I tend to simultaneously I talk things through with my agent if I'm stuck, but once I'm finished, once I'm finished, I think I'd have to pretty much send it simultaneously to him and to my editor.
Yeah.
Just because of the timing of things, and get both their comments back. I think that's usually the way that I have to do it now.
And have you ever had advice to change something that you haven't felt is right, and how do you deal with that pressure of kind of managing the edits and feedback from people, and then sticking with what you feel is right for the story? Have you ever come across that?
Well, I think I've been incredibly lucky so far, touch wood, because even if the suggested changes are a bit of a shock, and I've had to do this first book of this series because it was, because it's quite different. It was a lot of work that had to be done on it, a lot of editing. They're often right, damn them. One thing I have realised though is that sometimes editors will say, this such and such isn't working, why don't you do this? You don't have to do that thing. All that's happened is that they've identified the problem and you have to fix the problem your own way. And I've never ever done that and had an editor or an agent go, yeah, but you didn't do the thing I said. They just know that something doesn't quite work and then it needs fixing. And if you have confidence to fix it in your own way, you don't have to slavishly follow the suggestion that you've been given. But you do have to take a while, because I do think editors know what they're talking about. They're seeing it in a different way, definitely seeing work in a different way. Although my editor is also an author, Evie Morgan, very successful thriller writer. So it's actually really nice because she's got a real perspective of what it's like to be on the other end as well, which is quite useful, I think.
I think that's a really good tip for new writers, especially, that you don't have to follow verbatim the notes you get, because I don't think I would have known that. So that's actually really incredible to know.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you but do understand that they're pointing something out here that you need to think about because something's not quite working. But yeah, I definitely think you can confidently say that they don't necessarily always expect you to go with the suggestion that they've given.
That's really helpful. And